Hey guys, me and my son here are just upgrading our throw screen for our trip up north and thought we'd show you our build. Right?
Yeah.
So nothing special. We decided to do one pretty cheap and pretty easy to make. You won't need too much tools. If you guys want to make one, it might make things a bit easier for you to process materials when you're out and about. So yeah, let's video it and get you guys going. Alright, so first we've just got a bit of a frame that my wife knocked up yesterday. It's nothing special, any size, doesn't really matter. We've got a couple of legs here on the side, 1, 2, that will sit on like so, and that will be the main frame. Also got these metal bars here which will go on the back as a support stand and to hold it at the angle that we want it, and a couple of other little bits of wood that will go in the middle and create a sort of funnel. Over here, 2 different sizes of mesh that will be going on as well, one on the top and one on the bottom. Alright, so just going to attach the first leg now. I've just lined it up so it's 600 from the base here to the foot. We'll drill a couple of pilot holes and then put the screws in, and that should be all good. Alright, so because this isn't anything really structural, well, nothing on here is structural, I've just kind of thrown the pilot screws, or the screws anywhere, doesn't really matter. Just drill those pilot holes through this top board to stop it cracking or pushing off from the second piece of wood. Alright, so now we've got those legs on the side of the frame. We're going to look at putting a little notch in there which will funnel all of the material we do want into the bucket. You alright, mate? Alright, so as you can see, we've cut out a notch in the bottom of that, which that notch side will actually be the back and this side will be the front, and that will just have a bucket underneath it to catch all of the stuff that we want to process. Alright, just doing the start of the funnel now, and as you can see, these 2 bits here are ready to get screwed in. One thing you want to make sure is that it's flush in here, so no material is getting stuck inside your screen. As long as those line up, it's all good. Now from here, once these are in, there will be a piece that gets angled from this edge here over to the side, and that will funnel everything in, down and into a bucket. Alright, so we've got the funnel bit on there now. These cuts here, they're not perfect, but it's all good. Not too worried about that. The main thing I wanted to focus on was having this edge here flush, so any material coming down isn't going to get stuck in those edges. So now I'm going to put on the mesh and then the back legs, and that's pretty much finished and ready to go. So I've just cut the backside mesh, the really thin stuff. Now remember I said the thin stuff goes on the back, which means you have to put it on the side with the cutout. Now what that does is when you throw stuff in here, this will stop all of your gems and stuff that you want from falling out, and it will roll down into the funnel, fall down here through the hole and into the bucket. and the larger mesh will go on the other side. So you've got to make sure you put your smaller mesh on the right side, otherwise all of your gems and all your wash are going to get stuck on this bit here. What I'm using to cut this, or to just nail this down, are these little things here, little staples, and just work all around. And I'll finish off putting some really close to the edge here, and that will be to stop wash from getting stuck between the mesh and the wood. You know, the last thing you want is some gems stuck in there and you've got to pull it apart to get them out. So try and avoid that now while we're making it. Alright, just got the other bit of mesh on now. So before I put the front mesh on, let's flip it over, I need to put these side legs in each side, the rear legs. So basically, just about done now. Well, this is what it looks like. Going to be putting a brace between those back legs to make it a bit more solid. Apart from that, just put this mesh on the front and then it's good to go. One thing I've done is, because the mesh is going to be on the front, so to save wasting time and make it a bit more mobile, easier to pack in the back of the truck, I'll just flip. So I've got the bolt running through. I've actually put a nut on there, so I can just undo that one, pull that off, and that will leave the bolt in the frame. And that means I can take whenever I want to travel, just make it a bit more easier to get in the back of the truck, and probably a bit more easier to carry, less awkward. But yeah, pretty happy with how it's turned out. We'll put it to the test, obviously, up in O'Brien's Creek. And yeah, look, it wasn't a hard build. I know I haven't shown too much of the build, just more like the steps, but like, I'm sure you guys can figure it out. If you do need more information, feel free to message me. It's getting a bit late. I need to sort these kids out. I'll probably just chuck this mesh on, and you won't see it again until I use it. I didn't end up finishing that throw screen yesterday. Got talking to the neighbour, but they gave me a bit of time last night to jump on Google and have a look, and I found some better mesh to put on the front rather than the stuff I was using, which was just cheap wire. So I'll just flip it around because it's pretty much done. So as you can see, now this stuff here is 25 by 25, the gaps in that mesh, and this is pretty much how I'm going to set it out when I'm on the gem fields. So the material will all go through the top mesh here. The big stuff's just going to roll straight down the front. The small dust and everything I don't want will come straight out the back, and everything that I do want will come dropping into the bucket. So yeah, pretty cheap build. I think the only real tool I needed was the saws and the drill. Apart from that, anyone can knock that together, I reckon. If you don't want to spend a lot of money. The most expensive thing for me was the mesh on the back, which is stainless steel, but that's left over from when I made my trommel. So you know, you can get cheaper stuff from Bunnings. Everything else is just from Bunnings. Instead of using the steel legs on the back, you can use wood. Do whatever you want. It's more just the frame that you'd want to probably keep similar, but that was all cheap as. So yeah, if anyone makes one, and you know, feel free to send me a video, or you know, post up whether you're using it or what you found with it, how you found making it. I think the only thing that I need to do is just these sections here. So if I throw material into there, I can't get it out. So I'll probably just cut all of that out and just have that open. But for now it's done. I'm not too worried about those at the moment. Pretty keen just to get out and give it a go. So yeah, hope the builds help you guys. You know, hope it does some good, gives you guys a bit of an idea on how to make it, rather than going out and buying this expensive equipment. So yeah, anyway, catch you guys next time. Good luck.